talk also about, I heard you refer to how, yes, there are these stages, but they don't necessarily happen, I think you used the word linearly or sequentially, that because often someone will be wanting this whatever meditation, and what I do love is you tuning into an actual intrinsic positive that's there, that we, our habit of judging comes in and goes, but to enjoy that, but that sometimes in meditation, then someone might drop into a moment of, I have that, and then they go, I've got it, right? And so that you may have an experience that's, I don't want to say a little further ahead, but that you haven't, it hasn't become your base level.
That's right.
Yet. And so I wonder if you could talk about that non-linearness of the way this developmental process happens.
Well, yes. One really important thing to understand about these stages is that they're stages of mastery. So you can talk about, in a particular given sit, the quality of your meditation might correspond to a particular stage. Maybe it's stage 4, but it might not necessarily be at that stage for the entire sit, or even if it is, it might not necessarily be tomorrow. So really, to the degree that it's sequential is the degree to which you achieve mastery of a particular stage. Like you've achieved mastery of the 3rd stage and you've arrived at the 4th stage, when most of the time when you sit down to meditate, you never, or only rarely, completely lose awareness of the meditation object. It may be part of the background music while your mind's focusing on something else, but you haven't really lost it. Or if you do lose it, it's only very briefly, and it doesn't happen very often. You've mastered the 3rd stage and you're at the 4th stage. But before you've mastered the 3rd stage, you can have extended periods of time, and you will have extended periods of time where you don't lose awareness of the meditation object, where you don't experience what we call forgetting, which leads to mind wandering.
And by mastery, I just want to make sure, so by mastery, it's like developing any skill. If I get to where I'm hitting a baseball, I get to where I've got a skill level that the majority of the time I've got the swing, I'm not missing the ball, and maybe not always home runs, but so the mastery is a skill level that becomes a part of you every time you sit. That's what you mean by mastery?
That's exactly what I mean, and that's a very good example. A physical skill, playing a sport. As we get better and better at doing it, we've mastered certain aspects of it, but there's other aspects of it that we've yet to master. But you have to master the first ones before you can master the later ones, right?
Right.
So I don't play golf, but I think, I see people that play golf get all these lessons, and until they learn to stand just right, their swing's not going to be
And that's the weirdest stand in the whole world, let me tell you. It needs to get what?
But
yeah.
So,
which meditation is too, actually.
So it is sequential in terms of mastery, but in terms of the way you actually experience it, sometimes you're in one stage, sometimes you're in the next, sometimes the one afterwards, sometimes you drop back 2 or 3 stages.
Right.
So you're moving back and forth, but there will be over time a consistent move forward.
Level.
And when you've mastered a particular stage, you're rarely going to fall back below that level of mastery. But even there, it's going to happen. There are life events that are going to be sufficiently disturbing to your mind. You may have reached a stage where normally in your meditation you can be quite clearly focused and you never experience any dullness. But circumstances might arise, so you're going to sit down to meditate one day and you're going to experience a lot of dullness. So it's not...
It happens.
These things
you
happen.
have a bad round of golf where you could be a beginning golfer and get a hole-in-one, right? Or something.
That's right.
Yeah.
And one of the important things to do is always a practice according to the state that you're in right now. So,
Right.
you know, if you are at, say, one of the higher stages, but you sit down, today your meditation is back at a stage that you thought you left
Right.
behind weeks ago.
Right.
That's all right. That's where you're at today, so you practice according to that.
Right.
And-
And I like how you're bringing that equanimity and lack of judgment. It's kind of, because there is this habit of everybody, oh no, I've gone back, and you're
Yeah.
going, oh, that's where you are. So I like how you're just kind of sending that equanimity.
Well, I have found that is probably gives people more difficulty than anything else. They judge themselves, they judge the quality of their meditation, they have a really good meditation and they become very attached to that. And then when they can't reproduce it,
Right.
then they begin to doubt, you know, maybe this is the wrong method, I got a lousy teacher, or maybe I'll never do
I'll
it.
never get past stage 3. Yeah.